Okay, guys, this is UFC 150 review. It was a really good card, a decent card. Really enjoyed it. There was a couple of snoozers in there, but what can you expect? Let's first start off with Max Holloway versus Justin Lawrence. In this fight, you know, it was a pretty slow-paced fight all the way up until the end of the second round, where Holloway ended up catching Justin Lawrence with a body shot. It was a really nice placed body shot in a combination, at the end of a combination. And Justin Lawrence just falls onto the ground, collapses from that liver shot, and he just does some ground and pound, you know. Just that liver shot, you know, it really takes a lot out of you, you know. Boss Rudin probably would be happy watching that. So then we have the next fight, which is Yushin Okami versus Buddy Roberts. You know, this fight here was just, you know, it like I said before in my predictions, it's definitely was Okami's to lose, and it just proved that his experience was just kind of too great for Buddy Roberts. He ended up catching him and finishing him off with punches in the second round. 305 in the second round. Then we have Jake Shields versus Ed Herman. This one really just isn't even worth discussing. It was such a boring fight. It was typical Jake Shields, hug you, lay and pray. You know, he really didn't even do any damage standing up or on the ground. It was just a really boring fight, and Jake Shields did what he, you know, I guess what he came there to do, which was to win by points, and that's what he did. He won by points. So he ends up beating Ed Herman by decision. Then we have Donald Cerrone versus Melvin Guillard. Well, in this fight, you know, both of these guys used to be, you know, they used to train together. So, you know, Melvin went to the Black Zillions, and, you know, Cerrone is in the Jackson's MMA camp. You know, so they pretty much know what each other's gonna do to a certain extent with training each other for so long. And Donald Cerrone came out there with a chip on his shoulder and came out there showboating a little bit too much and very confident, and ended up getting caught as soon as the match started, and it really woke Cerrone up. And I was just thinking, like, man, Melvin Guillard, you just stay on top of him. But he kind of just, I guess at a certain point, he just said, I'm just going to, after, you know, that barrage of punches, after he saw that he hurt him, he kind of sat back for a little bit, and that was his undoing. He ended up getting caught with a head kick, lowering his head, and then from there, Cerrone just basically hit him with the right cross, and he didn't really have to go that far because he has the reach. So, you know, Melvin didn't even have time to dodge out of that one, and that right hand just put him to sleep, and that was the end of the fight. A KO by a punch. And actually, that head kick is what made him dizzy. Okay, then we have Ben Henderson versus Frankie Edgar. Well, this fight here was a really close fight, but, you know, I gave the second round and fourth round to Frankie, and then the other 3 to Ben Henderson. It was a really close fight. It could have went either way, but in my mind, I gave it to Ben Henderson also. But it could have went either way. I wouldn't have been mad if it went to Frankie Edgar, but it didn't. So now we have Ben Henderson versus Nick Diaz, and we'll see what happens from there. That should be an excellent fight. You know, Nick Diaz, I know, will bring it. Not Nick, but Nate Diaz will bring it to Benson. So we, as usual, guys, if you like my video, please rate, subscribe, and comment. As always, this is MMA Fighter Nation, and I'll see you guys in the next predictions. Peace.